Swain touchdown.
It's time. It's time. It's Swain Event time.
My man.
It is time for the Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. This is real sports talk for the real sports fan. Talk to him, Swain.
Give me 2 pounds and a Ric Flair.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. Hope everyone's having a great Thursday. It is the 4th of December. I'm Jason Swain, live from the Low T Center studio. 865-255-03 is our number to the Garza Law hotline, GarzaLaw.com. Let us help. Why trust out-of-town law firms when Marcos Garza and the Garza Law Firm has been serving this community for decades, right here inside of Knoxville and surrounding areas, right here in Tennessee. Again, our telephone number, 865-255-03. The Swain Event app is free for Apple devices. You can go on there and hit us up via the text box, throw in a comment or a question. Ben McKee, GoVols 247. What a day. What a day for Tennessee football. Shout out to the Lady Vols for ending the streak of losing, it felt like, with the football game Saturday and the men's team losing 2 in a row. Lady Vols losing their game against UCLA. But they broke the streak. So shout out to them last night, their win over Stanford. I didn't watch the end. It was a hard watch, to be honest. But I'm happy that we were able to get the win. So shout out to them. Ben McKee, GoVols 247. What's up, man? Good morning.
Good morning.
That's all you got?
That's all I got. How are you?
I'm good, man. I am good. I am very, very proud of my school.
You should be.
Proud.
Yesterday was a big day for Tennessee football.
Well, first, let me just go ahead and, for the record, shout out my favorite apparel company. See my favorite apparel company being?
That's not your favorite apparel company, though.
How are you telling me? It's my favorite.
Because I know that Jordan is your favorite. You going to tell me it's not?
Today, this is my favorite apparel company, Ben McKee. You know what this is?
Adidas.
Adidas. You know what Adidas stands for?
It's related to Hitler somehow, isn't it?
What?
I'm kidding. Isn't it a Germany-based company? I'm not sure what Adidas stands for, though.
I got you. Adidas. Adidas. All day, I dream about...
What's the S?
Stars.
Stars?
5 stars. 4 stars. Stars. That's what I dream of, Ben McKee. Stars. All day I dream about stars. And yesterday, my man, the dreams came true. Because Tennessee, 3rd in the SEC in recruiting, 7th in the country, which, hey, I don't really buy into the national ranking. It looks good. It's about recruiting against the teams you play each and every week. But it reminded me of a scene. One of my favorite movie scenes, my man. And that is from Bad Boys. When I saw us recruit yesterday and I saw the end of the day rankings, it made me think about Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, this scene right here. It was great. Remember this?
Now that's how you supposed to drive. From now on, that's how you drive.
Man, that's how you recruit. From now on, that's how you recruit, Ben McKee. That's what you're supposed to do. 2022 season, this was the recruiting class I was expecting. This was it right here. And yesterday, we got it. Big thanks to Adidas. Big thanks to the administration for making this thing happen. Big thanks to the staff for doing enough to make this thing happen. When we talked about the possibility, Ben, of Tennessee moving from Nike to Adidas, folks was in their feelings. They weren't thinking with their mind. They weren't thinking about with their head. They were in the feelings. But this was the impact that I was expecting, and boy, did we get it yesterday, Ben McKee.
Well, and if you use the correct rankings, Tennessee has the number 3 overall class in the country, not the SEC, the number 3 overall class in the country, and the number 1 class in the SEC. That's, again, if you use the proper rankings at 24/7 Sports. Yep, that's what 24/7 Sports had, at least as of last night. I have not checked as of this morning.
Not so fast, my friend, because I'm looking at this thing, and things have changed since last night.
Well, somebody must have got a commitment last night.
Hey, let me know if I'm wrong here. USC is number 1. Oregon's number 2. Notre Dame 3. Alabama 4. Georgia 5. Ohio State 6. And then Tennessee 7. As of the 4th at 3:45 a.m. And then
that looks correct. It changed overnight.
And then Tennessee's third in the SEC.
I know what it is. It's if so. What you're looking at is the composite rankings, which takes everything into account. But if you only look at our rankings of the players, because we are higher on some of Tennessee's top ranked guys than others. Not saying that's right or wrong. Only time will tell if we could be totally wrong on ranking them higher.
Sounds like it.
But if you only look at our personal rankings and not the composite rankings, Tennessee has the number 3 overall class and the number 1 recruiting class in the SEC.
Okay. All right. Now I see what you're saying. I knew I always liked 247 the best.
You ain't got to lie, Craig.
I knew they were my favorite, man.
You like recruiting rankings like you like your apparel. Which one is helping me the most on this given day?
I knew I always liked 247. I always believed in you guys. Man. So when you click on team rankings, it goes straight to composite.
Yes, I believe so.
Can I give y'all some advice?
Yes, because
that is not smart. Use your own first. Be quiet. I want you to get in trouble. This is not smart, 247. You're supposed to put your own out in front first. Your own. You're supposed to stand on your own work, your own research, your own systems. Not the composite. Don't put that out first. Let people go to your rankings first. It don't make any sense. Shh, man. I got this. Let me get in trouble. Anyways,
it was a really, really good recruiting class, and nice to join this morning and not have to talk about the sky falling like we did on Tuesday.
Well, Ben, I mean, all those things are true. Everything has to be cleaned up, and this is a huge start right here. Getting more talent, getting more athleticism. Hopefully, these guys are dogs. Hopefully, that they're getting a lot of money. Let's not fake the funk here. My man Legend Bay was committed to Ohio State and flipped from Tennessee to Ohio State and said the reason why he went to Ohio State is because of the development. Brian Hartline leaves, and he was asked why he flipped back to Tennessee. My man Legend Bay said it was a family decision. I know what that means. I know what that means, Ben. I know what a family decision means. Because last time I checked, the family ain't playing on Saturdays. The family ain't out. They ain't doing workouts. They're not in meetings. I know what family decision means, and I respect it. I get it. I totally get it. And so, kudos to everyone involved, man. That's why I don't just give credit to the coaching staff. I give credit to the administration for making this happen too, by giving these our football coaches resources to be successful with the Adidas deal. So everyone's a winner here. And this is a good step. Just because this happened yesterday doesn't mean the stuff that we talked about on Tuesday doesn't need to be addressed, and it's not true because it's 100% accurate. Okay, I haven't had one person reach out to me and go, Swain, no, that ain't right. No one has reached out to me because everyone knows it's right. Everyone knows what I said has been spot on. And so this is just a really awesome step. This is just an awesome step, man. This is great, man. This is great. Time for a celebration.
This is a really, yesterday was a really important day for Tennessee football.
Yep.
But the most important days are ahead because while the recruiting rankings are nice, they're just recruiting rankings.
Correct.
And Tennessee is not signing those players. They're not flipping Carter Gooden from UCLA because he's a top 100 overall player. They're flipping him because they believe he is the best player, not because 24/7 Sports rankings say that he is a good player. That they believe that he is a good player. So the recruiting rankings do not help Tennessee win on Saturday to the extent that, yes, it signals that your program likely has a lot of talent, but those rankings don't matter in the sense that you have to trust your own evaluations, and when they get to campus, you have to develop them. That's what I care more about, is the development aspect of the program than where they rank on signing day. I've had the opinion the last couple of years, and I still maintain this belief that you can be in the 7 to 10 range, maybe even like the 7 to 12 range. Like I don't think you have to have a top 5 recruiting class, but I think as long as you're close to it, as long as you develop the way that you need to, I think you can still get to where you need to go. Now, obviously, if you go sign a top 3, top 5 class, that's going to make life easier on yourself. But the developmental aspect of this is far more critical than where this guy is ranked on signing day or where that guy is ranked.
Let's not get silly here, Ben.
Well, look, I mean, you can.
Top 5 class.
What's that?
I said, give me the top 5 class.
Well, yes, I'm not saying that I prefer the not top 5 class. I'm not saying that at all. But if Tennessee developed and had evaluated the way that they're supposed to, then they would have not been in the situation that they were in going into signing day.
Correct. But this is how you're supposed to recruit, though. Like this is what you have to do every year to put yourself in a position to make a deep playoff run. You have to do another class like this next year, on top of retaining, on top of development. This is just step 1, which is a very important step. Acquiring the talent is the most important step. The next important step is now being able to get everything you can out of that talent. Emotionally, physically, whatever. Like, the next step is equally as important as the first step. Because I don't think there's one step that's more important than the other, unless you want to say step 1 is the more important, because you don't have a chance to develop good talent if you don't even have them. So step 1 probably is the most important, but step 2 is right up there with step 1. Now it's time to retain, develop, and get those guys making plays on Saturday. So there's some teams right here. When I look at the teams from 10 to 15, that's Miami, Michigan, LSU, Washington, Florida State, Oklahoma. I look at the teams in the top 5. That's USC, Oregon, Notre Dame, Alabama, Georgia, and then Ohio State's right there at 6. I like being in this company. I like being in this company. Ohio State won national championship. Georgia's won 2 national championships. Alabama's been a dynasty. They're in the college football playoff with a real threat to win the whole thing. Notre Dame played for the national championship last year. Oregon was the number 1 team in the country all year long last year. And I don't know what the hell USC. I don't have anything to say about them. They finally put it together, I guess. They got 35 commitments, so of course they're going to be number 1, class in the country. But again, awesome day for Tennessee, man. There's no other way to say it. Just an awesome day. I knew 247, boy. I bleed in y'all all this time.
Well, and not only were you able to I know Legend Bay is kind of the headliner of yesterday, and it turns out in hindsight that he's a great insurance policy for Celeste Moa after Celeste Moa flips to Utah, which you totally understand. His dad went there. He's from Utah. He's getting a lot of money to go to Utah. You certainly understand that. And then I know there's been a conversation about why we bring in 3 to 4 receivers anyways, and we've already got receivers and this, that, and the other. I'm still taking Legend Bay. I'd rather take Legend Bay and figure out the other stuff down the road than not have a guy like Legend Bay or Celeste Moa on my football team. But turns out that Legend Bay is a great insurance policy for Mo. But I know he was the headliner. But you flip, as I mentioned, Carter Gooden from UCLA. You need edge rushers. You need help along the defensive line. So you go get him. You go get J.J. Finch, flipping him from Alabama. You were able to beef up in the trenches. You got the former Texas A&M commit as well along the defensive line. So you really like the skill position players in this class, especially on offense at quarterback and receiver. We'll see what they do at running back over the next couple of weeks, and if they feel like they need to go get one from the portal because they did not sign a running back. But I like that they were able to beef up the trenches as well. That was one of our talking points on Tuesday about how Tennessee has not been good enough consistently in the trenches, and that they were able to make some splashes. And now you hope that their evaluations of those players were correct, and that Dylan Ellery and Rodney Garner and Chop are able to develop them to the best of their ability once they step foot on campus.
And they work hand in hand, meaning iron sharpens iron. One group can't be tough and the other group not be tough. It takes those guys practicing, going against each other, being available, getting those reps to help each other be the level of toughness that's needed to be effective on Saturdays. I will move on. I'm going to the phones. The Gonzalo hotline, 865-255-03. Good morning.
What's going on, Swaino?
What up? What up?
Not a lot. How you doing, Ben McKee?
I'm doing well. How are you, Buck Nasty?
Man, I'm harder than a diamond in a die storm, son. I am jacked over this recruiting class.
Why you being nasty?
I could have hence the last name, dog. Hey, Swain, could you imagine us being at Dead End Barbecue yesterday with this recruiting class coming in?
Well, sir, I don't know about you being dead end with your little physical stuff going on over there. But as soon as that calm down, you will be more than welcome to come through the front door. But, yeah, absolutely, dude. It made me think about...
We would have been wild, Swain. We had barbecue sauce dripping off our earlobes. You know what I'm saying? It's been stuff going wild.
Yeah. Yesterday would have been a special day at Dead End Barbecue for sure.
Vol Patriot would have picked you up about 20 times.
Now, I don't know about now.
What, Ben?
Vol Patriot would have picked up Swain several times, picked him up off the ground and hugged him and toted him around the room and everything.
Yay. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all, dog. With that being said, I am a little reserved about our recruiting class.
Okay, fair. You should always be.
Well, it's not from the fact that we stack talent, which is great, but I haven't seen Josh Heupel play a 5-star yet early in the season. I haven't seen a 5-star really produce in year one. We haven't seen him start a 5-star quarterback yet early. So, I mean, yeah, this is a great class that could be there in 2 years under Josh Heupel, but you got to retain them. And that's what worries me, is retaining all this talent and having them sit there on the bench. Is that a common problem or a philosophy that I should be thinking?
No.
No, you think they come in and start?
No, I think you're thinking about it the wrong way, Buck Nasty. You don't want true freshmen coming in and playing all over the place. That means the guys that you've had for years are not good enough, at the beginning of the season, and that's a problem. Like, you can sprinkle some really good, talented players in there, here and there, but that's because they're special. You want a team that's led by upperclassmen. Now, David Sanders Jr. would have started day one if he didn't have the medical stuff. But remember 2022, James Pierce and Joshua Joseph, they played in that LSU game. They made plays in that game here and there.
Yeah.
So, that's a good thing. You don't want true freshmen to come in and starting day one. Now, there's special freshman 5 stars. But in the trenches, man, that's not necessarily normal. Okay, there's special circumstances where you see that, but that's not normal. So I wouldn't base your excitement level on the fact that Tennessee won't be playing a bunch of 5-star freshmen, day one, because that's really not normal.
Okay, all right. Well, I'd be excited to see Tristan Keys catch up to it pretty quick and try it out there. I'd go berserk if we put Legend Bay back there at punt returner after watching his highlight film. God, he's nasty,
Correct. And here's another thing but nasty.
Go ahead.
It would be great to be able to return some kickoffs, too. When you have a guy that back there, and instead of always taking it at the 25-yard line, when you have someone special like that, you would hope that he's a weapon that's used more on kickoff return than punt return. Man, there's a great opportunity for him to take that job over, too.
Yeah, preach, brother. I'm with you. I would love the NCAA to fix this, though. I mean, I would love the NCAA to fix my reserve and my concerns.
With?
I think after the Mike Matthews deal last year, we all have a little reserve on highly touted star studs. You know what I mean? I'd love it. I wish people would quit BSing this thing.
What do you mean?
That they're being paid for their name, image, and likeness. No, they're being paid to play. I mean, we just had a basketball tournament where they made money for playing basketball. Wasn't none of that because nobody liked them. It was because they played.
I mean,
I'd love, and hear me out here, Swain. I'd love to see these young fellas get a 2 or 3 year contract to come play whatever school they sign for. I would love for it to be exemptions in that. You can transfer. You have to sit out a year. I'd love for them to be able to say, well, your head coach got fired. Now you're exempt from having to sit out a year. You could instantly go play somewhere else, not in your league. I also think that coaches should not be able to transfer in the middle of the season and go to another team right before a playoff berth. I don't think that's fair to the kids.
That's fair.
I mean, am I way off on that?
No,
I mean, I know that's a dumbed down version of it, but I mean, would that not be better? Would that not be better for the coaches? Would it not be better for the players? Would it not be better for the NCAA as an entity altogether?
I agree with the coaches moving this early in the season. I agree with you on that. But that's not the NCAA's responsibility to determine what pay for play is. Like, we got to stop calling it NIL. We're the ones that call it NIL. We stopped calling it NIL on this show. We call it pay for play. That's what it is. NIL is what you do when you hook up with Weigels. You hook up with some business, and then you use your name, image, and likeness in that aspect. But no, we just paying dudes to play. That's what we're doing. That's what it is. It is pay for play. Yeah. Yeah,
you guys are the lighthouse on that. You were the innovators on bringing it out first.
I wouldn't say all that, but yeah.
What's the odds? All right, now here's the thing going on in the group chat. Swain, I'm a little erratic this morning. I'm just everywhere, but got a big group bet going on this morning in the group text. Does Faison start day one next year?
I don't think there's any way for us to say yes today. I would say I doubt it.
That's where I was at with it. I didn't think, but also I didn't think Joey would start this year either.
Guys, you don't want true freshman players starting day one. That doesn't sound good for what you've been doing with your football program over the last 5 years.
But Swain, they're paying him so much money, and he's so highly ranked.
That's not what you want. All right, but we got to roll.
Quarterback position. Yeah, get them, dogs. How about that big orange?
Like, Faison missed a big chunk of his senior season. So physically, he still has a ways to go to get back to the place where he was before he got hurt. And then he has to learn a new system. And then he physically has to develop. That's the reason why George McIntyre is behind, because physically he hadn't developed the way that they thought he would develop. So, and then Faison's behind George because George has been here for an entire year. So there's just a lot for Faison to.
And it's college, not high school.
Yeah, like this is big boy football. It's big boy football. But players should be able to transfer every year if they want to, because coaches can do it. Players should be able to do it. You just have to. It would be great if these schools would allow the season to play out and fire coaches at the end of the year, and we not have all this movement going on during the season. But it's been happening for the last 20 years. But now it's more uncomfortable, so now people won't change. But it's been happening for 25 plus years. People have been getting fired. It hasn't been this early in the season. It hasn't derailed potential playoff runs for teams like it could derail Ole Miss's. That's the difference. Buck Nasty. Definitely living up to that name.
Putting the nasty in Buck Nasty.
Man. We might need to put the nasty first. It'd be Nasty Buck.
He is a nasty buck this morning.
Yeah. Nelson from Jackson says, I bet there are a whole bunch of Adidas fans this morning. Well, Brian Hunsucker says, I love how you guys are promoting after that signing class. Ben representing 247 in their highest ranking, and Swain representing Adidas in their role for, as Buck Nasty puts it, pay for play. That's what it is.
It is. My sweatshirt today, if that's what Hunsucker is referencing, was the first thing that I saw. I guess y'all can't even see my sweatshirt.
Okay, Lane Kiffin.
Look, I don't even have a shirt on underneath just to prove the point that it was the first thing that I saw this morning.
All right, Lane.
Trying to get the kids out the door. Y'all know how it is. I had Crocs on, sweatpants from when I played high school baseball, and first sweatshirt I saw this morning. That's how we were rolling. As the famous philosopher J. Cole once said, "Some days I'm bumming, but it's by choice."
I like it. Green Axe says there was a certain 2014 that played two freshman quarterbacks, and it turned out okay. Green Axe, you know damn well this team ain't put together like 2014. This defense is not good, okay?
The 2014 did not win because of Brent Schaefer and Eric Ainge.
Yeah. Our defense was freaking stacked. We had two running backs go for 1,000 yards apiece. So this ain't 2004. This ain't 2004. Young players who play quarterback or who play receiver, they don't just jump on the football field offensively day one. They just don't. Not saying it can't happen, but I'm not just going to automatically assume that Faison Brandon, December the 4th, is going to be the starter quarterback. I'm not doing that. I'm not setting myself up for that.
After he's missed the majority of his senior season with an injury. And just to emphasize what you just said, it could happen. It's just unlikely and should not be the expectation. I think that's where you and I are at with it. It's not that he's not capable. He's ranked highly for a reason. Tennessee's excited about him for a reason, but the roster around him is not built up to where you could put him in Nico's situation 2 years ago and Tennessee's going to the playoffs with him at quarterback.
Yes. All right, back to the phones we go. Good morning.
Good morning, Swain.
What's up, Dustin?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Hey, man, I was pretty excited about yesterday. You know, after our conversation the other day, I was pretty excited about yesterday. I look at it like this. Yesterday we went to the boat store, you know, the big boat store, like the Sam's Club or whatever. But we still need to go to the Food City. and I want you to talk on this thought for me.
All right.
I mean, in my opinion, when I go to the bulk store, I expect for my kids, we got to go buy a bunch of stuff, but we need that to last for a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But when we go to Food City, we go to get the food that we're going to eat, immediately then.
I see what you're saying, brother. I see where you're going.
You know what I'm saying?
We got to get that portal up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The pieces we got yesterday, we can leave them on the shelf for just a minute and let them marinate. But we need to get into a quicker fix situation.
Yeah.
And make a quick stop down here at the Food City. So my point on this is, I looked at the kids yesterday, and I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but I've noticed that our defensive back room still looked a little slim on maybe the star power.
You ain't lying.
And I looked. What kind of made me nervous was some of the kids I was looking at. You all have taught me a long time ago not to necessarily look at the stars, but look at the teams that you're beating out to get these kids.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them had like Arkansas State,
Mm-hmm.
Middle Tennessee State,
Mm-hmm.
Central Michigan. Last time I checked, that's not SEC quality. That's not that. That's not the the ribeye. That's the flank steak.
Yeah, okay.
So, I'm wanting to know, man. We did all that. We did all that at the big box store. Now, are we going to go get the quick fix, or are we going to sit here and we're going to have to take another year or two?
No. We're not going to do that, Dustin. We got to go to the portal. We got to get some proven studs. I mean, I think that's the plan right there. You got to get some proven studs in the secondary. I think that's what we're going to go do. I think that's the big hole that's still left, and you feel confident that you'll be able to do that. So, you can't do that right now.
Did we leave enough room in the checkbook, you think?
We got bread.
All right.
We got loaves.
So we went, but we didn't spend all of our funds yesterday.
We got loaves, man.
All right. Hey, y'all have a great day.
All right, man. You too.
Here's my concern if I'm a Tennessee fan. Not if Josh Heupel and staff are willing to be aggressive in the portal. Not does Tennessee have the money to go be aggressive in the portal. As you just said, that appears to be the plan, is to be aggressive and spend more money than they ever have, quite frankly. Here's where my concern is.
What you got?
And I go to Food City. My family shops at Food City.
Okay.
There's nicer food cities than others. Are you going to a brand new Food City, or are you going to one that's been around since Food City was established out in the middle of nowhere? Right? Like, what is the portal going to look like? I think it's absolutely scary if I'm a football coach and I know I have these desperate needs and I need to rely on the portal. To me, it's absolutely scary because there's no guarantee that the portal is going to be able to help you out. Are there going to be players in the portal? Yes.
Ben,
are they going to be good players? I don't know.
Ben.
How am I wrong? I don't understand how you could disagree with that. If you want to simply say that anybody in the portal is better than what Tennessee had, then okay, that's a low bar to hurdle.
Ben.
What?
What are you doing right now?
I'm just saying we don't know what the portal is going to look like. What if there aren't any stud safeties in the portal?
I cannot with you. I cannot with you. Well, Ben, what's one thing you can make sure you do to not find yourself getting the wrong player in the portal? Well, what can you make sure that you can do so that way you're not waiting around for the right guy in the portal? What's one thing you can do, Ben?
Properly recruit at the high school level and nail your evaluations.
We're talking about the portal. We're talking about the portal, man. We're talking about the portal.
So I don't have to use the portal?
Hold on, my headphones came out. Let's say that again. What can we do, Ben? To make
properly evaluate the players in the portal?
I can't with Ben. I cannot with Ben this morning. I'm going to the phones. I'm gonna let you think about it. 865-255-03. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. It's Mississippi Ball.
Mississippi Vol, my brother. What's going on, man?
Everything's well this morning, Swain. I'm glad it's over.
Oh, I know that's
Glad
right.
it's over, man. I'm glad it's over. I ain't kissing that guy right there. Don't give a. Anyway, I'm picking up what you put down. I don't know what Ben head is at right now.
Ben
I see
is
what
not
you're
focused this morning.
I see what you're saying. Like he ain't never seen players go in the portal with no contact. You know, but
Ben need to lock in this morning. He ain't locked in, man.
yeah,
I'm picking up what you're putting down now.
I'm going into the portal, but no contact. You know.
Fair enough. Touche.
Yeah. So, but now Ben is on track. I love the Stevers and all that. You know, cousin got there, but I love the D line play. I love the trenches. Man. Rodney Warner and Chop got busy, and when they got busy, I mean they got some guys.
Mm-hmm.
Now when they get here, we got to turn them to grown men.
Mm-hmm.
So, turn them into grown men because this bench looks like he's ready to, retire from the Army right now. He looks like he's about 35 years old.
He look grown,
but,
man.
Yeah, he did. So,
grown.
but I'll just call and say, man, I'm glad it's over. With the high school recruiter, we got to go in the portal, and then we're going to get some DBs if we do what I just kind of mentioned. So, Ben, I know you probably can't say much, 247 guy, but I like the class, man. It felt good to hang my head high and say we're in the top 5, top 3, actually. I'm not starting the composite. I'm going 247 because ESPN rankings, I don't know what
trash.
They got going
they
on.
Always been trash rankings.
Yeah, so, but go Balls. Just call to say good morning and go Balls, and I'll hang up and listen.
My man. Ben, you with us now? You good?
I'm with you now.
Okay, I'm going to keep this thing going. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's up?
Not much. How we doing today?
Good, man. Sounds like Justin in Florida, man. Just in time. We got Ben back with us.
All right. Well, Ben is bringing up a legit concern, but I think there are ways to anticipate the right players hitting the portal.
That's a good way. That's a good way to say it, Justin.
That's a great way to put it,
Anticipation. Anticipate.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think the staff needs to do a really good job anticipating.
Correct. Yeah.
What is going to be in the portal.
Yes.
And there are evaluations to be done. There are, film to review, and they just need to be ahead of other teams looking to anticipate.
Good job. Yeah.
Fair enough?
Wow. Good job.
That's
man.
all. That's all that needs to be said.
Correct.
Let's move on. Let's see what they do. Great start. The next is going to be, can you develop what you just signed?
Yes.
Not just between the ears, but also physically going back to strength and conditioning, practicing, so on and so forth. But this is a very good step in the right direction, and I think it comes at a very, very needed time. Hang up and listen to the rest, guys.
Facts. Keep it moving. Good morning.
Good morning, Swain. I want to say something and tell me if I'm wrong. Swain, y'all keep talking about we need DBs, but I felt like our D-line and linebackers were just as bad this year. We didn't get pressure when we played good teams. And
just as bad?
I thought so, but, I may be wrong. But, I think with the DBs being bad, if you don't get pressure, they're going to be bad.
I won't say just as bad, but I would say they need to be better for sure. I mean, I did think from a personnel standpoint, you didn't have enough in the interior. I thought from an edge rushing standpoint, you had some guys, but because you didn't have the pressure up front in the middle, I mean, it made it easier to block the very talented Joshua Joseph, who's a first, second round talent. So, and linebacker obviously wasn't good enough, but the safety play was it was worse than probably any other position on the football field. So that has to improve. There's no doubt about it. I think in like tackle, linebacker, safety, straight down that line has to be better. And I think Tennessee addressed that with this class, but they're also going to address it in the portal. Like they know they have to address it with some experienced, older players who are physically more developed, who are mature, who are smart, who are athletically able to compete at this level too.
Well, here's my next question, and I'm sorry I didn't get to listen to the first part, but what about defense? Are there going to be changes staff-wise there?
I mean, I'd be surprised if it wasn't.
Do you think it's more play calling, or we just don't have the players?
I think it's all of it.
Okay.
I do.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, I think it's all of it. I think we got to stop playing slow dudes who are smart. We got to play faster dudes who are smart. You don't have to pick and shoot. You have to pick one or the other. You can have both. We got to be better with our scheme. I mean, we have to have guys playing faster. As simple as that. So it has to be better.
I think they should start with learning how to tackle.
Well, you got to be more physical in practice. We got to stop being soft.
Well, and something, yes. In addition, something I brought up several weeks ago. I mean, there are former players who go to practice and watch them teach tackling and wonder if they are teaching them the proper way to tackle.
You're not referring to me, just by when people.
Yes, yes, I'm not talking about Swain when I say that. Yes, not Swain when I say you talk to former players and they question their tackling fundamentals in practice, and they would obviously know a lot better than me. So I would throw that in there just as important as the physical part of it. I have a question for you. Do you think Idris Farouk is somebody that can be part of the plans going forward? I know he had some very frustrating plays, but young guy starting for the first time. He did also make some plays as well. Do you think he's somebody they could potentially? Do you think he could be a piece to the puzzle?
Yeah, but he needs to have a battle of his life with another safety that's coming in from the portal, because competition makes you better. So he needs someone that's going to challenge him. He had a really good first year starting. He had a really up and down first year starting. He had some bad run fits that were that was costly, but he made some plays too. I mean, put his head on the football, got some picks, made some plays. So you need more consistency from him. And just in case he can't give you that consistency that you need, you got to get somebody else in there that can compete with him that could give you better consistency. So it just needs to be a culture of extreme competition at that safety position, also at the linebacker position, also the D tackle position,
at
every position on defense, and offensive line,
on both sides,
like everywhere. And so no more. Well, we don't want this guy to leave, so we're gonna let him. We're gonna let him be the starter. Well, what if he ain't good enough? I mean, what if he doesn't perform like you thought he was gonna perform? You need to have some insurances. So we have learned a lot of lessons in 5 years. We need to do something from those lessons, make adjustments, and put it together next year, or else. I think it's that simple.
And I think the reason we spend more time talking about the secondary, in addition to the fact that they were the worst unit on the field this season, specifically at safety, you kind of understand what went wrong at corner because you lost Ricky Gibson and Jermon McCoy and Colton Hood filled in admirably. I mean, he's probably about to be a first-round pick. Ty Redmond was as good as
that, but he'll be an NFL pick if he wants to leave.
He will be a top 2-round pick. I mean, he's being projected in the first round as we speak in just about every mock draft. Not that that's a guarantee, but it's looking more and more likely that he will be a first-round pick. We'll see, but I'd be surprised if he's not first or second based off of where he's being mocked right now. Again, not that that's the end-all, be-all, but it's not just random mock drafts on the internet either. I mean,
he's an NFL player. You wonder about how he can play without putting his hands on receivers. You can't put your hands on receivers in the league. And so
just ask Joey Porter Jr., who gets flagged 10,000 times a game.
So, I ain't trying to hate, but I don't care about the mock drafts entirely. I take them with a grain of salt because we saw Cedric Tillman and Hyatt mocked really, really high until they dug in and made you do the pro days and the combines and put you in a room and watch the film with you and all that good stuff. And then they were not first-round picks. So he's an NFL pick, but the ability to cover without the physicality, because Colton was really physical this year. You can't play like that at the next level. But he's an NFL player, no doubt about it.
But the reason we talk more about the secondary than the other positions, in addition to it being by far the biggest weakness on the team, is I think you look at linebacker and you look at the defensive line and you see young guys who should be next up. Like there are exciting prospects at the linebacker position, along the defensive line, at edge rusher. Who are those guys at safety and corner? Other than Ty Redmond.
I like Ty Redmond.
Ty Redmond and Idris Farouk, and Idris Farouk is a big question mark. Far more confident in Ty Redmond, obviously. But outside of those two guys, what young guy excites you about the future of Tennessee secondary?
Not right now.
I mean, even yesterday, there's not anybody that they sign in the secondary that jumps off the page at you. Not that that's the end-all, be-all. Nobody was talking about Ty Redmond when Ty Redmond signed last year, when he was a 3-star out of Georgia. So maybe they did, and we just don't know about him yet. But in terms of how we talk about some other guys that did sign, there's nobody that really gets you super excited in the secondary.
But you don't want another Ty Redmond situation.
No.
You need someone that you need someone from day one is going to be what Ty Redmond was able to be the last 3 games of the season. So I think that's why the high school DB class is what it is, because you're going to go to the portal and get some dudes. And there's some guys that's in the secondary that need to hit the portal because it ain't going to work here. I'm sorry. Last time I checked, this was a business. 865-255-03 is our telephone number to the Garza Law Hotline. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Ben McKee of the best. Go Falls 247. All day, I dream about stars. Adidas, we love you. Swain Event, be right back. Guys, you can feel your energy slipping away, losing what makes you, you. It could be low testosterone. Take action now. Low T Center can help reclaim your energy with a quick and simple free T-test. Visit Low T Center and receive pharmaceutical-grade testosterone never compounded like other clinics. Experienced providers increase your testosterone to the level that is just right for you. Treatment is covered by most major insurance with affordable self-pay options available. The best you is waiting. Book your free T-test at trtmvp.com. When you are craving some quality barbecue, there's only one place to go. Dead End Barbecue. Dead End Barbecue has been featured on ESPN's Taste of the Town, the first barbecue restaurant on the SEC Network, CBS Sports, Headline News Tailgate Show, Amazon Prime's The Restaurant Comeback, Food Paradise, and named one of the top 100 barbecue restaurants in America. The search is over. Dead End Barbecue is located on 3621 Sutherland Avenue right here in Knoxville. You can even have it delivered right to your door through Chow Now. Visit their website at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. From Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham, they've stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. There are neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Just because you can't call in doesn't mean that you have to sit on the sideline. Impact the show with a text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
Hey there, Swain Event fam. Jennifer Morris here with Keller Williams Realty. Are you tired of striking out in this housing market? Feeling overwhelmed when trying to buy or sell your home? Don't let the process be an unnecessary time out. Just like the Vols, you have to keep fighting for what you want and need good teammates around you to reach your goals. Give me a call at 865-694-5904 or reach out at nextmovesmokymountains.com and I'll help you navigate the process. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com and go Vols.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. The great Ben McKee from the great 24/7 Sports, Go Vols 247, our favorite today. That ain't got no sense. I'm going back to the Garza Law hotline. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Turkey Man.
Hey, guys. I know you got a real short program and don't have much time for that to answer questions like we used to. But, I've seen that Vanderbilt had got a number one recruit quarterback that switched from Georgia to Vanderbilt.
Yep, Jack Curtis.
Then I heard that on you and Josh's show for a few minutes, the guy was talking about that he had a Vanderbilt fan and he had Tennessee fans, and he's telling them they didn't want to bust the bubble on the Vanderbilt fans, but that this should be I don't know how you put it, but you know what I'm talking about. I thought it's a pretty good way of looking at it because it is true. But I guess the dumbest thing I've seen in a while is when Vanderbilt's quarterback wrote a letter to Donald Trump wanting him to write an executive order to be a 16 team playoff, and I'm thinking, man, was it Miami? No, Florida State. Florida State got left out with an undefeated season, and they had probably a little better strength of schedule than you've got. And you're writing the president to change it to a 16-play playoff. Them people are idiots. Yeah, I'm gonna get at you guys. I wonder if you heard any of that that I mentioned, but I hope we can develop these players we got because we sure ain't been doing that. And I'll talk to you later. Maybe one day we can sit down and dead end and catch up.
Sounds good, Turkey Man. Good to hear from you. Thanks for the phone call. Yeah, Florida didn't get in a 14 playoff. Diego Pavia is trying to get into a 12-team playoff. And, Vanderbilt has every right to be upset for what they've done this season and not have an opportunity to play for a championship. They've beaten some good teams. I think Hunter Yurachek continues to prove that he needs to stop talking publicly when he said that their win against Tennessee is not as good because we're not ranked anymore. Well, that's because they beat the living out of us at home. That's why we're not ranked anymore. And so I'm just y'all can do what you want. I'm not gonna tell you what to do, how to think, what to say. I don't have any trash talk for Vanderbilt. I don't have anything to say about Vanderbilt right now. It ain't been a week since they came in here and stumped a mud hole in us, Heisman posed in our checkerboard end zones, and embarrassed us on our own field. I don't have anything to say about Vanderbilt, okay? Nothing but complimentary things to say about Vanderbilt. No trash talk from me. Y'all want to trash talk them? Cool. I don't feel comfortable doing it.
I'm just trying to figure out who they beat this year. That was a good football team.
Well, let's go look at. Well, I really don't want to.
I mean,
I don't want to. I don't really want to.
I've got the schedule pulled up right here. We'll do it very quickly. Here are their wins.
Just hurry up.
You stop me when I tell you a good football team. Charleston Southern.
Hurry up, please.
Virginia Tech, South Carolina, Georgia State, Utah State, LSU, Missouri, Auburn, Kentucky, Tennessee.
I see why they're not in the playoffs. They would have been in the playoffs last year, but they ain't going to be in the playoffs this year.
And that's not me saying that Vanderbilt is overrated. I don't think they're overrated. I think they're a really good team. They lost. The two good teams that they played, Alabama, Texas, both tough road games. Lost by a field goal at Texas, 30-14 at Alabama, but I think that score is a little deceiving that they were in the game longer than that final score would indicate. But they lost to the two best teams that they played. They're a great football team, but unfortunately, against the two good teams on their schedule, they lost to them.
Yep.
And that's why they're 14 this week in the playoffs.
Too bad, so sad. That's not trash talk, Vandy. Please don't take it as that, because I'm not saying anything. I have nothing to say.
But I do agree with your Hunter Yurachek point. Like,
goodness gracious,
there's a reason that Tennessee is not ranked anymore. They're not ranked anymore because of the team that you are putting down in the process by making that point. And my last point from Turkey Man's call, Turkey Man, Jared Curtis, not the number one quarterback, according to 247 Sports, the number 3 quarterback in the country, according to 247 Sports, behind my man going to Houston, who's the number 1 player in the country. I'm blanking on his name. And then Faison Brandon, the number 2 quarterback, Tennessee's quarterback signee, 1 spot ahead of Jared Curtis.
Y'all got these composite. Is this player ranking? Is that composite player rankings?
Well, if you click on
right-hand
Jared,
side.
Are you on his profile or what are you looking at?
Oh, okay, I see it.
If you click on,
he's the number 1 player according to the composite.
Yes. I think On 3 has him ranked slightly higher than we do. But when one's number 1 and one's number 3, I mean, they're him, Faison, the other kid, they're
so he's
all 5-star quarterbacks.
They got him as the number 1 player in the country. The composite.
On 3?
The composite, 247 composite. Number 1 player in the country.
Yeah, On 3. The difference is On 3 has him as the number 1 quarterback and the number 3 overall player. 247 has Jared Curtis as the number 3 quarterback.
Whatever.
So just splitting hairs up there at the top of the quarterback rankings.
Yeah.
Faison was the number 1 overall player in our rankings for the longest time, but
got hurt.
And he did not have the best showing at the Elite 11 in the summer before he got hurt and missed the majority of the season. So that's why he dropped down from number 1 to number 2. Everybody start freaking out. He dropped to number 2. Everybody freak out.
Yeah, that's fair. How many players can we realistically add from the portal given the scholarship restrictions? We got 85 scholarships. I know that Tennessee's looks at having a strong 60 on your roster. Our plan is to have our 60 better than your 60. And that is doing whatever you need to do to make sure that that's a realistic outcome. So I think that's what matters. But yeah, I mean, not everybody on your team is going to be awesome. There's going to be some guys who are good practice players and good on special teams, but they're not going to be guys you can count on in the first two deep on offense and defense. That's okay. But you want to have a strong 60. Strong 60. Only one tight end in the class. What's the scouting report on Luka Wolf? Well, that's because we got young tight ends now. I mean, you have 3 tight ends coming back next year. And then you'll have a freshman coming in, a Wolf. So that's enough. Yeah, that's enough. Swain needs to get himself some Adidas Superstar sneakers to go along with that sweatshirt. I feel like the fans need to go full Run DMC, LL Cool J, Adidas tracksuit look. Happen sooner rather than later. I've been looking for it. I saw some. What's those shoes you like, Ben?
The Sambas.
Yeah, I've been looking at them. I just couldn't pull the trigger.
Boy.
I couldn't pull the trigger because I'm not ready to pull the trigger on Sambas yet, or Adidas shoes just yet.
Are you questioning whether they look good?
I mean, I like my shoes that I wear. They're really comfortable, and so like
you are so old.
They're comfortable, man. I'm good. So I ain't pulled the trigger on them yet. I will sooner or later.
They're certainly more of a lifestyle shoe. I mean, they're not uncomfortable.
Well, the reason why is I'm going to wear them more on Saturdays. Part of my game day fit.
Yeah, I don't know that I don't know that I would recommend the Sambas if you're going to be walking around in them all day long. They're like I like wearing mine to. Like I'll wear mine to a game, but I'm covering the game and I'm sitting down. I'm not walking around campus all day long. But I think they're a good look for like if you're going out to eat or going to hang with some friends or something like that. It's a lifestyle shoe, not a comfort shoe.
Yeah.
But they're not uncomfortable.
Yeah. So call me old if you want to.
I mean, I'll call you old any chance I could get. You don't have to worry about that, my guy.
Yeah. So I don't like my feet hurt, so I don't even wear Nikes as much as I used to. So, or Jordans, and I'm okay with that. Jordan ain't doing nothing.
Now, what about your Jordan apparel line?
I mean, if it looks good, I'll get it. But like, I'm doing that less and less now.
C-Mac wants to know if we're going to go with the Ant Edwards or the James Harden Adidas. I'm going with neither.
The first Anthony Edwards are better than these latest ones.
These latest Anthony Edwards are trash.
Yeah.
I won't be wearing many Adidas shoes. I really do like the Sambas, and they've really grown on me since I finally pulled the trigger on getting a pair for my birthday in September, and I wear them just about as much as any other shoe. I kind of like if they're not Jordans, I kind of like the lifestyle kind of Van type of look. Like I have a bunch of Vans that I own that I really like, and then I have a Nike. I have a couple of Nikes that are similar to Vans, and the Adidas Sambas kind of remind me of that Van style type of shoe.
Swain's rocking those New Balance. I don't wear New Balance.
He's rocking the.
I got Brooks.
The Paw 400s.
They clean though. You want to see my Brooks?
Yeah, I'm a fan of Brooks. When I used to work at a popular sporting goods store in the shoe department for 5 years to get myself through college, I had a lot of Brooks. I still have a lot of. I still have my Brooks upstairs.
Look at them. You don't think that's clean?
The light shining off on. Yeah, those are nice.
Yeah, these
those are real clean.
Yeah, these cleans right here.
Yeah.
They just caught. They just dropped. And I got some orange ones. They stepped on my foot this morning when he went outside.
I know they're dirty.
Man, I was so mad at him. You know how like you in the club and somebody step on your shoes, scuff them up?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I looked at Ace the same way. But I knew it was an accident. And I knew he didn't mean it. But my foot was so cold and his paws hurt so bad and my foot was dirty. But I got these too, man. Look at that. Look at that.
I like those. Are those Tennessee orange or?
You damn right. And they come.
I like them.
Yeah, these are
Brooks are
the Ghost Max.
I know everybody's all about the on clouds or whatever they're called. I have not tried those, but when I worked at the popular sporting goods store, I always recommended the Brooks, especially for runners.
Yeah, yeah. RGC asked if we can have 105 scholarships now. Danny White was on our pregame show before the Vanderbilt game and said that the SEC is about 85 scholarships. That's what they want. So that's where we're going to operate. It's the SEC rule, 85 scholarships.
Do you think that's a disadvantage with the Big Ten doing 105?
No, I do not.
Do you think that you'll still, as you talked about a moment ago, do you think you'll still be able to have the requisite amount of practice type of players that you need? The more NFL model, like you said, have about a real good group of 60. Do you feel like a great group of 60, and then you also get to 85 on top of that? That more NFL type of model, do you think that is a disadvantage over somebody doing 105 scholarships?
I'll say this. If Penn State, Ohio State, and Michigan and these programs in the Big Ten get to a point where like they have 105, 95 scholarship players and they paying them a lot of money and their special teams are able to be a lot better consistently and we can see it versus SEC schools, then I'll concede and say, yeah, it's an advantage for them. But right now, I just feel like, man, you got a better 60, better 65 than the other team, you should be good to go.
I agree, because you're not playing 105 in a game.
No.
Obviously, you're probably not even playing 105 over the course of the season. That's a lot of money that you're trying to – the money's being spread out even more thin. That's
a lot.
20 more players you have to keep happy, which is something that I really subscribe to. I mean, that's a thought that Tennessee basketball has had the last 2 years in terms of backfilling the roster. And they did go out and use the scholarships this season. But even the last scholarship is Grant Hurst, and he's a former walk-on. But, I mean, it's a whole lot easier to keep 11 or 12 guys happy than 15 guys in terms of the basketball roster. I mean, that's a thought that Tennessee and Rick Barnes has had, and I agree with that thought. I think I'd rather focus on your like 60 to 80 than have to worry about 80 to 105. That seems like you're just doing too much.
Grant Hurst, I don't care if your girlfriend plays for another team. You don't need to be wearing other schools' gear while you play for the team at Tennessee. Don't do that no more, Grant. Don't do that no more.
Did this happen? I didn't see this.
Do not do that no more. Yes, it happened. We play against Belmont. And the young lady, I want to say she went to Farragut.
She did. Avery Strickland.
They booed up. And you can support her without wearing a Belmont sweatshirt. You play on the Tennessee basketball team. Like, that don't make no sense. Don't do that no more.
And his sister is Lady Ball.
Don't do it no more, man.
Hey.
All right, I'm sorry.
I know Rodney will put a particular comment on the text box.
Don't do that no more. Anyways. Can you be a walk-on but make millions in NIL to save scholarships for someone else? You can, but no one's doing that. That was something we talked about possibly us doing to get around, certain limitations when NIL became a thing, but that's no one's doing that. We got walk-ons who can make some money, who can get a little bit more, change, but like I don't think that's necessary to go out the way to do that. All right, Tuesday I talked about how we were going to talk about who's playing quarterback in the bowl game. I don't think we need to spend much time on it because I don't think it's the same situation as it was with Nico and Joe Milton, because I think it should be Joey Aguilar. I think it's that simple.
Tennessee needs a win.
Well, Joey deserves to be the starting quarterback. He deserves to finish.
Yeah.
He deserves to finish. It ain't about win and losses. He deserves to finish his career the right way. He deserves to finish.
Oh, I think there's a part of it that's about winning and losing too, because.
Well, I understand that, but I'm saying, like, he's a starting quarterback. He's better than the other quarterbacks. He deserves to be the quarterback and finish this season off strong because of what he's been through, what he's meant to Tennessee. He led the league in passing. This ain't the time to be giving, and I'm using the word giving because that's what it would be, giving George McIntyre an opportunity in this football game. He don't need to be given anything. He has to go earn it when his time comes, and that time is not right now in a bowl game.
And it's not Joey's fault that you messed around and didn't get George the proper reps earlier in the season.
Correct. So that was, I teased that for today's show. Joey Aguilar should be the starting quarterback in the bowl game. Now, bowl game could be Nashville, it could be Jacksonville. That's what I'm hearing.
What do you want?
I want Nashville.
Because of the easy drive over?
Yes.
Because you would have to drive. You would not go down early with the team.
I don't know. Because the last two bowl trips in Florida, I went down early, but not with the team. I went down a couple of days later, and I had a couple of days in that bowl city, which was awesome, which was great. The sun was good to me, but this
didn't get too burnt.
No, not at all. Perfect caramel complexion, but Nashville's a little bit different because my daughter plays high school basketball, and they got like a tournament, Christmas tournament, and so just for selfish reasons, Nashville will be more convenient to me, and I can just drive and do the game and drive back. Like
Why don't you and I have a Swain Event vacation to Jacksonville?
I don't want
we can hang out together for a couple days.
I don't want to hang out in Jacksonville.
Well, I think after the year that I have had and the football season that I have had, I think you should appreciate my friendship even more and want to spend more time with me because time is not promised. I'm joking, obviously. But here's what I care about. What day is the game on? How close is it to Christmas? How close is it to New Year's? Which of the bowl games does not interfere with either holiday? Which one are you looking up first? I'll look up the other one.
Music City.
What is the Jacksonville Bowl? Is that Tax Slayer still?
Gator Bowl, yeah.
Gator Bowl. I'll tell you which one Josh Heupel does not want.
Which one? Mayo.
The Mayo Bowl.
Yeah, he don't want that one.
He does not want that. And I don't. If I'm Josh Heupel and Tennessee got the Mayo Bowl, I'm paying somebody on staff to do the Mayo bath. I'm not doing the Mayo bath. That is disgusting. And the season was not good enough, or you're playing in the Mayo Bowl to begin with.
You said it right the first time, Ben.
Good enough. But the season was just being there to begin with is just shame on Tennessee. But like this isn't South Carolina or Vanderbilt where you win 7 or 8 games for the first time in a couple of years, and it's a celebratory trip to the Belk Bowl, and you get Mayo dumped on you. Like I'm good. I'm getting somebody else on staff to do this. Can Tim Banks come take this Mayo bath for me, please?
Music City Bowl will be played December the 30th, 4:30 local time.
Oh, sign me up. Especially when the Gator Bowl is Saturday, December 27th at 7:30. Give me the Music City Bowl all day long. And you know they're going to be playing some bum Big Ten or ACC team that they'll beat up on, too. Even with Tennessee's issues, they're still going to beat up on some Iowa or Nebraska or NC State type of football team in the bowl game.
Music City is a Big Ten tie-in, and then Gator Bowl, that's also a Big Ten tie-in, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Big Ten and ACC.
The Mayo Bowl is January 2nd at 8 Eastern.
I mean, listen, I got
earlier start.
I got my 2 brothers in Charlotte. I can see my nephews. I mean, I'll be cool with Charlotte, but I prefer not driving up the mountains and down those mountains because it's going to rain on the way back. It always does.
And you've had some bad experiences on those mountains. Give me the early kick start, early kick time. That's what I want.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's not be up till 11:30, 12 o'clock watching Tennessee beat up on Iowa again.
I don't know, man. Iowa physical, man. They ain't the same Iowa that we beat down there in Orlando. They better. But should beat them, though.
Should.
Exactly. All right. Text box. My concern ain't talent. It's coaching and culture. Yeah, that has to improve. I think it will. I think it will. All these people down here trying to help you, Ben. Earlier in the show, do we anticipate?
I appreciate the help.
Huh?
I said I appreciate the help.
I got you. Do y'all anticipate any defensive staff changes after the signing period is over? Well, here's something to get people got to think about. Because everyone's looking at what other schools are doing, and I get it. But do you have the staff to win this bowl game in place if someone leaves or on their own to get fired or whatever? And so, like, let's say Tim Banks takes another job. Do you have people in place to be defense coordinator? Now, Willie has been on DC before, but I don't know that answer. I'm just telling you, like, these things have to be thought about before people will start trying to.
Has William Inge been a DC?
Nah.
I mean, who else other than
This
Willie
is
Wood?
Inge's, first year here?
Yes.
Nah, man, he don't need to be no DC.
Well, it ain't gonna be riding your chop.
Well,
Oh no, I'm not saying a permanent DC. I'm talking about for the bowl game.
that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, well, I mean, it's not gonna be riding your chop, so it's got to be Willie or Inge, right?
Yeah. Or maybe, just hey, Tim Banks is the guy to the bowl game, and then
Inge has been a co-DC and a DC. He was a co-DC at Northern Iowa, DC at Buffalo, co-DC at Indiana, DC at Fresno State.
Yeah, but it's his first year
at
here.
Washington.
It's his first year here.
Second.
Okay, second year here. So, I mean,
well, they ain't gonna be riding your chop. So who else are you picking if it ain't Willie?
That's why I just feel like Tim is gonna fight the bet. Tim would finish out the year coaching the bowl game, and then they'll evaluate whether or not he returns.
I think it's more about the signing day, to be honest with you.
You think players coming here because of Tim Banks?
No, but if
I'm not. Players say, man.
I'm talking about that's how most coaching staffs operate. Is they typically wait until after signing day to make changes rather than the bowl game, especially when the bowl game does not matter.
Bowl game matters, but yeah, correct. Yeah, people typically wait till the signing day to.
I mean, Frank Anderson and Quentin Eberhardt left right after signing day.
Yeah, signing day matters, but I haven't heard one recruit talk about the time they talked on the phone with Tim Banks, and that was the deciding factor. So,
well, if we're being brutally honest, Tim Banks could do a whole lot better in recruiting, but that's a separate conversation.
Correct. Could we bring someone in to coach safeties? You do have 2 coaches right now that coach safeties, but
and how's that going?
They don't have good talent at safeties. Let's just be honest, man. No one's going to convince me that Willie Martinez is a bad safeties coach or a bad secondary coach. It ain't happening.
I agree with you.
And I know there's some some folks that think that, and there's some players who may not be playing as much as they thought they could play. It ain't the coach's fault. It ain't the coach's fault. I'm sorry. Justin, what are your thoughts on Legend Bay? Rumor swirling that he wanted to sign with Ohio State, but mom forced him to sign with Tennessee instead. I understand. Hey, Legend Bay was asked about flipping to Tennessee. He said it was a family decision. You know what that means?
One of my coworkers.
So we uncomfortable now?
I mean, no, I don't think so. I don't think that should make anybody uncomfortable as a fan. I mean, at the end of the day, he chose your school. Who cares how he reached that point?
According to the reports, mom chose the school. He was committed to Ohio State. His coach was that Hartline left to go to South Florida to be the head coach. So it makes sense that he flipped to Tennessee. But let's say the rumors are true. Okay. Mom said there are more zeros over here. There are more zeros. You was committed to this school for months. So it ain't like we forcing you to go to a school you don't want to go to, that you didn't like. You liked the school. You were committed to Tennessee for months. And they give you more zeros. Son, I brought you in this world. I can take you out. You go to Tennessee. If I get this bag. I mean, yeah.
But does that make you? I mean, you don't worry about this.
Don't do it
right now.
I told you Tuesday. I don't care. I don't care if he come here just for the money. I don't care.
No. That's not where I was going.
Okay,
does it make you concerned about him being a portal risk in the future? I think that's where my mind goes. At least is a year from now, is he? How big of a portal risk is he? Will he be happy, or will he? Especially, look, I'm all for figuring out the problem later on down the road, as I said at the top of the show. But there's going to be a lot of receivers.
It depends on it depends on how they handle him. It depends on what they promised him. It depends on what was said to him. It depends on what his expectations are coming in. That's why you got to be careful about those conversations you have and the promises that you make. Because if you're making promises you can't keep, then yeah, you lied. I'm leaving. So what's been said to him? What is he expecting? How is he going to be used? You know, is he going to be solely used as a receiver? Is he going to be used in different areas of the football game? I mean, he is small. He's quick and fast, but he's small. So how he's going to be used? I don't think there's really a way right now to know if he's going to be a portal risk. Honestly, everybody's a portal risk. Nico left right before spring game. Your quarterback. Everybody's a portal risk, Ben McKee. Everybody is.
You make a great point, especially with the way you and the listeners want to communicate with players on other teams this morning. Here's what I know. Legend Bay needs to reach out to Jennifer Morris for his real estate needs in getting to Knoxville. Jennifer did want me to pass along a shout-out for the day. Happy holidays to the Swain Event family, and shout-out to the Lady Vols for getting that road win last night.
Man, we needed a win for the athletic program. I would prefer us to.
It was a nice win last night. It was not always pretty, but
it hasn't been pretty all year. But it was a good win.
It hasn't, which is why you appreciate the win last night more than maybe you typically would. I mean, Stanford was 8-1, and that was on the road. Been a long West Coast trip. I'm sure they're ready to come home. And hey, they executed more than Stanford did down the stretch in the fourth quarter. You need to execute all of your real estate needs with Jennifer Morris if you're moving to Knoxville. The Lady Vols don't need to bring anybody from California with them. Because we're booked, we're jam packed. It is not pretty here. There's just nothing to do. It's an awful time. It really is. It's like living in South Alabama, in Knoxville, Tennessee. I mean, it's just an awful place. But if you still choose to move to Knoxville, despite it being an awful place, you need to reach out to Jennifer Morris of Keller Williams Realty for all of your real estate needs, because she will take great care of you, as she did with my family and several other members of the Swain Event family. Unless you're a 5-star receiver or a 5-star football player, Knoxville is booked, according to Jason Swain.
You just want to just said it.
Hey, you agreed with me when we talked about it the other day.
What's that kid that announced at his commitment ceremony that he wasn't ready to commit?
The 5-star receiver going to Syracuse. I don't know his name.
Son, don't waste our damn time. You got me taking off work to come to your ceremony, and you gonna tell me you ain't ready to make a decision? Don't waste our time, son. Kids,
Tennessee needs to go get him, right?
The kids they're happy because they just happy to get out of class. Oh yay, ceremony, get out of class. But if I'm taking off work and you got me checking in at the front office, putting this sticker on my shirt, and then moseying on down to the gym, making me find a seat, this uncomfortable steel chair that's at the church picnic, and I'm sitting there waiting on you to make your commitment, and you get up there talking about you don't know? Man, please. I'm not coming back to the next one. You can just text me. Let me know where you're going.
I'll find out on Twitter.
You had months to decide where you wanted to go, man. Months. Don't call a press conference if you ain't ready to make an announcement. I thought I've seen it all in recruiting. We've seen kids say the University of Louisiana State University. We've seen that before, man. We've seen a kid commit to a school, have a ceremony, and the school never heard of the kid. We've seen that before, man. That's happened.
We've seen a mama really get upset.
Yeah, we've seen a mom walk off the set when her son made an announcement that was going to change his life. It wasn't good enough for her. She didn't like it, and she walked off. We've seen it happen twice. Copeland and Collins. We've seen it happen twice.
Landon Collins and
Jacob Copeland.
Jacob Copeland, that's right. I was wanting to say Jermaine.
Yeah, we've seen that. We've seen that. What else we've seen?
We've seen the whole Quay Walker bit.
Throwing
hats down.
Oh, yeah. We will.
Toying with other schools.
Well, Finch did that to Alabama.
Well, of course, when it happens to your favorite team, in favor of your favorite team, nothing wrong with it.
I mean, I don't like when players do that, but Finch, you all right with me, brother? You all right with me, young man?
JJ Finch checks off two of your boxes. A, he looks like he's 40 years old.
Correct.
B, he disrespected Alabama. He is as good as gold in your book.
I like that kid. I like him. Yeah, he has the upper hand on everyone else in the class so far. He has the upper hand. Yep, for sure. I'm not afraid to admit that. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yep. Just gonna keep it a buck. All right, man. Anything else, man? Are we gonna win basketball? Are we gonna win a basketball ever again? Is the men's team ever gonna win a basketball ever again? You know when I knew something was off?
When
Tennessee basketball tweeted that photo out of the dudes getting off the bus, and I saw my man Nate Ament's face.
He was not ready for that cold.
Man, he never thawed out.
It's been a struggle for old Nate the last two games.
He needs some creatine, man. Some of that fast-acting creatine. You know how, like, when you make bread, you got that yeast, then you got fast-acting yeast. He needs some of that fast-acting creatine.
Does it warm you up?
Like that borderline illegal stuff. You got to get stronger, man.
Stronger? I mean, yeah, they're certainly working on that with him. And unfortunately for Tennessee, his best basketball is ahead of him at the next level because of where his body is. But he's still going to have a really good year. He's a freshman.
He's awesome.
Figuring things out.
He's awesome. He'll be fine.
Yeah, it's just Kennedy Chandler 2.0, but he's going to be even better than Kennedy Chandler.
Yep.
It took Kennedy midway through the year to really figure things out and get going. And by the time March rolled around, Kennedy was playing great basketball. And Nate's going to be doing the same thing, and Nate's already ahead.
No, hold on now, Ben. Time out. I don't disagree with you. You said, but by the time March came around, the Kings playing good basketball. I'm going to need that to happen a little bit sooner because he's the highest paid athlete on campus.
Yeah, for sure. I wasn't being super specific. Kennedy was playing great basketball well before March.
Okay.
I'm just saying, was more so just thinking of what matters most. Nate will be remembered for what he does in March.
There you go.
Just like Kennedy.
Yes, there you go.
Kennedy's team is remembered for losing to Hunter Dickinson in the round in Michigan in the round of 32, unfortunately. And then Kennedy's part of his memory is him walking off the floor crying and being hugged by Juwan Howard. So Nate's going to be fine. He's learning. Jacoby's going to be fine. He's learning. No, I think they found something in Jalen Carey. Man, I love watching him play. He's an absolute dog. He's one of my favorite all-time player quotes is Zach Randolph saying that he bullies bullies. That's Jalen Carey. Jalen Carey bullies. And so there were some comments of, does Tennessee have a go-to guy? And
yes,
do they have dogs? Yes, they have multiple go-to guys. They've got Jalen Carey, which they have found out. They have JP Estrella. JP just can't stay healthy. And then Nate Ament and Jacoby Gillespie are go-to guys. They just haven't played well the last 2 games.
Yeah,
and they're learning. They're essentially playing new positions. Jacoby's never been asked, as Rick has said a million times, to be a bona fide point guard. He's always kind of played more off the ball or split off the ball duties with on the ball duties. Nate's never been asked to be a true perimeter player like he has been now. So they're playing new positions. They're playing in a new, more physical league. I know they haven't played in an SEC game yet, but they've played in some physical games already. And they're learning how to deal with Rick Barnes and his system. So they're going to be fine. They're going through a learning process right now, and it may get a little bit worse before it gets better because these next 2 games are going to be really, really tough. They play Illinois in Nashville on Saturday night. Illinois is a really good basketball team. They're going to be real physical with all their Europeans under Brad Underwood. And then they're going to have 10 days off for finals, and they'll host Louisville on December 16th on a Tuesday. Louisville did not look good at Arkansas last night, but they are better than they showed in Fayetteville last night. So 2 tough matchups still coming up as Jacoby and Nate continue to learn. So it may get a little bit worse before it gets better, but long term, this team is still going to be fine. They're just a lot of new guys and new roles and learning how to play off of one another. But I still ultimately think they'll be fine when it matters most.
There's gonna be opportunities in the next couple of weeks to redo some deals on this football team. There's gonna be some guys that deserve a whole lot more. There's some guys who will get more and didn't do enough and didn't live up to their contract, and they're gonna ask for more. And the coach is gonna have to decide: is it worth giving that guy more money when he didn't live up to what you was paying him in 2025?
Can we get real uncomfortable for a moment?
Sure.
Like I think a perfect example of what you were describing.
All right, Ben. You about to give like a real example, like a really specific example.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll let you. We'll let you put me in my place. If not, at the end of the day, you let me come on here and spout this nonsense. So at the end of the day, it falls at the head of the table for allowing stupidity on the show. But I think a perfect example of what you were describing is the linebacker position, where you have 2 veterans going into their senior year who have played a lot of football and will have a lot of SEC starts under their belt, but the production has not been what it needs to be, particularly with one of them. They're still I can see Arion Carter taking a big step going into next year. Jeremiah Thielander, I'm not as convinced, but those guys with all their SEC starts and all their experience, they could come back and say, I want this much money, because they think that they can go out and because of all those SEC starts, be somebody that other teams really want in the portal. And I'm sure that's true to a certain extent. But like I think if they come and they ask you for even something that's reasonable, like I don't know if you can say yes if you're Tennessee.
Well,
I think that linebacker position with the older guys is a perfect example of what you were describing about guys coming to Tennessee and asking for new deals, and some of them really not deserving new deals.
Well, Arion Carter, it will be an interesting case because, and it really depends on what he's going to ask for, because he's a starter no matter what next year. T-Lander, I don't think is a starter no matter what. And so if he comes in and asks for a crazy number, then you let him walk. But I think you have a conversation with him about his role possibly changing next year. And if he wants to stay, cool. But it's going to be at this number. And I just think those are conversations you got to have. Like, I don't know if you know this, Ben, but Tennessee got blown out by Vanderbilt at home.
Oh, I noticed it. I noticed the linebackers in the wrong spot nearly every play.
Well, I'm not even talking about just the linebackers. I'm talking about just
I'm hammering on them.
Just mentality wise. Like, we ain't got time to be being dishonest. Like, we're gonna be straight up. We're gonna be transparent. We gotta be better. We gotta pay guys the right amount. We gotta pay the right guys the right amount. And last year, you had Boo Carter, who was a headache, who you pay a lot of money to. And you had a couple players who were hurt that you pay a lot of money to. And you can't help injuries, but you had a lot of dudes that was making a lot of money that didn't give you what you paid them in return. And you have to do everything in your power to make sure that doesn't happen next year. And there's going to be some uncomfortable conversations. What you can't let happen is what you let happen with safety. When you had a guy in Jacoby Thomas that would have been helpful for you, but you didn't want to pay him a little bit more money, and you let him go, and he's been great somewhere else. Like, you can't let that happen. So that's another conversation that we can only have surface level because we don't know the numbers, nor do I want to know the numbers. Like I told y'all before, like I don't like knowing everybody's numbers. There's some guys' numbers I know, but I don't like knowing all of them. And because in some cases I don't think it's my business, and then it influences how I think about them. It does. When I see dudes that making plays, I think about the number, and I get mad. And I see the effort, and then I get mad. And so, like, in some cases, I don't want another number, just to be honest. But that's what they have to do. They have to get in the room, figure out the number. And if I am a player that is getting a lot of money, and I could have played better this year, I'm going to be really careful about what I ask for, because I want the message, because I'm thinking with the end in mind. I have a bigger picture than just right now. I'm thinking, what is the message to the NFL scouts going to be? Because I want the message to be, I know I didn't play good enough. I could play better. I'm not doing it for the money. If you want to give me $1 more, cool. You pay me a lot of money. I'm thankful for the money I'm getting. If you pay me $1 more, that makes me feel good that, hey, I got a little bit of a bump, whatever. But I'm dedicated to getting better and being the best person that I can be, the best player I can be, because I know if I do that, next year, I'm going to get this NFL money. That would be what I would do if I was on this football team and I were already making over $500,000-$600,000. And I didn't play as well as I could have played. That will be my approach. I'm not trying to break the bank. I just want to mentally feel good that I didn't take a pay cut. Like, I don't want to take a pay cut because, like, subconsciously that's going to bother you. I want to know that, all right, I'm being taken care of, but I'm hungry. I think if you get a big bump after playing the way you played, if it's not up to your standard, you get comfortable, man. You don't want to get comfortable. Like, you want to feel like every day that you broke. And it's hard to do that when you're getting paid $500,000. But if you didn't get big bump and you only got like a $1 bump, I think you can have that mentality like, man, yeah, I gotta go get more. I gotta grind, man. I didn't do enough last year. That's what I would do. 41-year-old Jason Swain, with the knowledge that I have now, that's what I would do. I think that will look awesome to your teammates. It will look awesome for the NFL scouts who come in when they ask questions about, are you in love with money or are you in love with football? That's what I would do. That's what I would do. All right, Ben, we got to go, man. We got to get up out of here.
You're holding me hostage with all my bad thoughts and opinions.
Well, if you shared those today, we probably wouldn't be able to leave this show until 5 p.m. So
I'm just the baseball guy who dabbles in basketball.
Today's a very special day in East Tennessee. Today is Double Your Donation Day for Second Harvest Food Bank. So Josh and Swain Show will be there today promoting. And I encourage y'all to listen on 99.1 B Sports Animal between 12 and 3. It's a very important cause. Jemai Meshack, so important, so instrumental in using his platform to help Second Harvest Food Bank of East Tennessee and so many families in this area. So we'll be there today for the remote. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Glad that we were able to have a happier show, even though Tuesday's show was needed and had to happen. But glad that we were able to finish the way we were able to finish in recruiting. That's a huge sign for Tennessee moving forward. Ben McKee, Go Vols 247. I'm Jason Swain. Hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Peace and much love. We are out.